Hey guys, Mrs. Gatch here. Today I'm going to show you how you can download songs, loops, and sound effects from other websites and import them into your Garageband in order to enhance podcasts or any kind of musical track that you're making. So to begin with here, we are on our Garageband open screen. Some GarageBands might not look the same because you guys haven't updated, but you are more than welcome. You can go into your apps program and update to the latest version of GarageBand. They add new sounds all the time and loops, and it's just a nice way to keep up with what Apple offers. Here, when you're in the new project, depending on what your musical or podcast track you'd want it to be, you would pick that specific thing. Voice obviously makes sense for those people that are going to make a podcast or just want to record an audio track. If you're going to do something with hip hop, electronic, it's there for you. Ringtone is really fun. I would suggest if you are a beginner with GarageBand, you go ahead and try making a ringtone for your phone. So that being said, this is just a very general, laid back kind of tutorial. So I'm going to pick Empty Project. This is where you can make any kind of song. I don't mess very much with the tempo or the key or the time because I am not a music genius, but I do know that if you make the tempo, the number goes up, it goes much faster, and if it goes down, you make it go much slower. You can even tap the tempo, which is pretty cool. And also make sure that your audio input is on built-in microphone. Because I am using a microphone to record this so my voice sounds clear, I selected that one, but for the most part, you'll be using your Mac Air microphone. And then your output is always on system settings. So you would hit choose, and your project will open up, and then it'll say what kind of input, meaning where do you want your audio to come from. Here, you would just record using a microphone or line input. That's the only place that you would go for right now, unless you have a electronic instrument that plugs into your Mac Air, which it does not unless you are in the library. So for right now, stick with audio. Make sure you're on input 1, and go ahead and hit create. And this will create your track. It'll start having your Apple loops. It'll pick down different kind of voice effects you can do. And I'll show you how to lay down a track really easily. But for the most part, this is just how to add sound effects. So let's go into, first of all, explain some of these here. This means a cycle. This means that if you have selected a piece of audio, it'll just keep replaying it. So I want to turn that one off. I also want to make sure that this button here is off. That's the metronome or the click. If you have it turned on, it will be playing while you're recording something. So make sure that's clicked off as well. And then this here is just talking about a count in, like boop, boop, boop. I like to turn everything off personally. So here we have one of my favorite options is an Apple loop. Apple has so many songs that are very familiar. I think everyone has heard this in a movie at some point. I've seen it in a million movie trailers. They also have like nice bass beats you can use. Acoustic. I just like it goes on forever. You want to have an airplane? There you go. So it's very easy to go ahead and drag in something. I really like that acoustic picking. Let's pick one. So once you select it, you just put it in there and you realize how short it is. You can actually make it loop longer. If I go on to the end and keep dragging it out, it will play over and over, as you can tell. So sometimes it's nice to have a bottom kind of beat there. I keep thinking what would go with acoustic. Maybe some drums, and you can actually look up drums here. And then you can select what kind of drum sound you would want. So I probably would stick with an acoustic drum sound. And I want it to be relaxed. So let's see what I would pick. Maybe, I don't think modern drums is good. No. Natural? You really have fun with it. If you just want to try what something sounds like, just pick it. So I'll pick this one here. And we'll see how music doesn't go together. That's why. You do not put those here. So one thing you can also do is lower the volume of different tracks. So one comes in more than the other, but I'm going to delete it. I just want to have my acoustic picking. Now, in your email, Mrs. Gatch sent to you a link to this here. This here is all of my favorite Creative Commons websites that have loops and songs and sound effects that you can download, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and visit the Free Music Archive, FMA. Now, FMA has tons of legal downloads. All you have to do is give them credit. It's basically a music station. So I'll show you what it looks like here. And when it opens up, it basically just shows you, a welcome page, and then you can start checking out some of the music. So you can pick music by curator, meaning people where they all put it together. So here, CC Community is a Creative Commons friendly page, and they have tons of contributors, and everything here is easy to download. They had a Halloween mix that's really neat. You can see what's been recently added. You can also do by genre. So if I wanted to have some nice instrumental music, you can select the date was added, or I like to select by most interesting. And this is one of my favorites if you'd like to hear it. You can preview them before you download them. I featured that one in one of my videos on my YouTube. So let's say I really like this one. I'm going to go ahead and download it. And the good thing is that you don't even need to log in to download. You just select it, and then you can drag it into your GarageBand. So I would select this. Hopefully my GarageBand opens up, and it's not. So let me do this here. Minimize a little. Drag that in to a new track. And then you can actually start messing around with what you'd like to add to the song. So here we go. So I realized that, maybe the song's a little bit loud. I can lower it. And that sounds terrible. But the point is that you can download songs and change them as your own. I also could sing over this if I wanted to. So now I'm going to make all of your ears bleed. But this is how simple it is. I would hit record. Well, actually, I would make a new track. I would select audio, create. I want to make sure that my voice is it is a voice track. And the one that's highlighted in gray is the one that works. And when you're ready, you would just hit record. This is my song about adventure, darling. Nice guitars, walking around the city. That was it. I hope your life has been changed. But if you want to hear it. This is my song about adventure, darling. Nice guitars, walking around the city. There you go. So you can have fun. I can make the audio, the background track go a lot louder, or I can make it much softer so no one hears how terrible my voice is. There are some websites that are really good to download sound effects. One of my favorite ones is Freesound. The one that I've linked here organizes all of these by tags, which I think is really cool. So if I wanted to have maybe an alien sound effect in the background of my really weird song, I can download one, and you can test these out too as well. Let's take a listen. Whoa, I'm already scared. So let's download it. When you are using a song, a sound or song in GarageBand, it has to either be an MP3 or a WAV file, okay? So we do have a login here. If you would like the login for our free sound account, make sure to look in the details of this YouTube video. But it's super easy. You just hit download. It'll come to the bottom of your screen. Usually it takes not very long, about 10 seconds to download a sound, depending how long it is. And then I can just drop it into my GarageBand. So open up GarageBand, take it from my downloads, and put it in a new track. Let's hear it. Now I'm going to actually not delete Adventure Darling, I'm going to mute it. And we're going to see here how this sounds. Creepy sound, creepy voice. This is my song about adventure, darling. It sounds terrible, and I'm going to keep it. So that is just a very quick tutorial on how to add loops, add songs, and add sound effects to your track in GarageBand. If you want to know how to upload your track, there is another video that you can watch in my YouTube tutorials. Good luck!